Hey everybody, how's it going? Uh, Thank you for coming to visit my channel. Today we're doing uh, Green Hell Survival Mode on Green Hell Mode. And I'm going to give some tips and tricks to making it through the first couple days. This is one of the hardest survival games that there is. Um, but it's one of my favorites. Alright, we are just starting out here. Day 1. Looking for some rocks. So we have big stones here. We need to harvest those, and so that we can make some tools. So we get some small stones, and then when we get those small stones, we need to turn those into a stone blade. That is the first tool that you will need, and then we need to find more stones. And we started out in a pretty good place, so we just gotta look around for resources. Here's some red mushrooms. Those are good for killing parasites, and also good for carbs. So you can use your stone blade to chop down trees, chop up grass, stuff like that, bushes. Every time you pick up something new, you're going to open up a new entry into your notebook. So I just picked up some sticks, so it gave me in my notebook a stick stand. I think there's... And then I just harvested the stick and got 2 small sticks. And so that opened up in my notebook the small stick stand. This down over here. Here's a unknown nut. Those are good for your fats, for eating. These vines that are on these trees are good for rope. And then here is bananas. Those are good for carbs for you to eat. And this right here is a Brazil Brazil nut tree. The Brazil nut is the best source of fats. Oh, there's one right there, Brazil nut. So let's look at our watch here. Okay, the red is your meats, the yellow is your carbs, which is bananas, some mushrooms, or some other unknown fruit that are good for your carbs. And then the green is your fats, which is your nuts, any kind of nut. The Brazil nut is the best. So you get a whole Brazil nut, which I had just picked up there. Okay, it's right here. So this is your Brazil nut. You harvest this, and it gives you 3 nuts inside that. Each one of those nuts is worth 35 fats. So you get 3 of them in one Brazil nut, so that's 105 fats out of one item, and that is really, really good. So that is the best source of fats that you could have. and they are in these great big trees like this. Okay. The other thing on this tree is Banisterius vine. You do not need to pick that up unless you are in story mode and you're trying to make the ayahuasca brew. But other than that, I don't think it serves any purpose, so don't waste room in your backpack picking this up. I see a lot of people do that, and that because they don't know what it is. You do not need that if you are in survival mode. And then normally there's also on this tree there is blue mushrooms, which they are like the best thing that you can eat for energy. They give you 10 energy, and that is a lot. Oh, looky there. There's another Brazil nuts rolled down the hill. Alright, so when you come up to stones at the very beginning, you need to just harvest those, and you need to get about 4 big stones at the very beginning to kind of, start off good with your tools. So this is tobacco, and it's good for bandages. The flour, just get rid of that. You don't need that right now. Where's that bandage plant at? There it is. Here's one. Okay. You need bandages right off the bat if you can. In case you get attacked. You will be attacked by a jaguar or by tribesmen. You will be attacked. It's just a matter of time. So you need to be ready. You need to be prepared. So now, since we have those tobacco leaves, you can craft a tobacco bandage. And then see how it says craft, and then underneath it says 1 to 2? Well, you can just go ahead and do 2 of those. So you still have 1 regular bandage. So what I would recommend, since we're right here, there is some charcoal over here in this fire pit thing here. Just take 1 of those and harvest that, and it gives you campfire ash. A lot of people doesn't know that you can harvest the charcoal to get campfire ash. And so you just take your leaf bandage and you go craft, and then put your campfire ash up there, and it makes an ash dressing. So that's good for any kind of abrasion that you get, like if you get attacked by a jaguar or a puma, or if you fall off a cliff and hurt your leg or something like that. You just put that on that wound, and it will keep you from getting infection. Alright, here's a bag you can check out, which I'm on the Green Hill mode, so it doesn't give you as much items, since this is the harder mode. And there's a can. I'm just going to leave that there for a little bit. Sometimes you'll get painkillers, and they are really good for I think it's if you get infection, you can use the painkiller. And it'll take the infection away. So let's go through, and sometimes sometimes you'll get a rusty machete that will spawn in right here. Looks like we didn't get it this time, but so we've already picked this this blueprint up, but this was for, I think, a stone ring for your campfire. We can just go ahead and pick up the rest of that charcoal there. There's also a water filter here. Over here, you're going to get a fish trap. And then right here, you can pick this. Oh, there's the machete right there. I guess it spawns in different spots. Here's a 4-pronged spear for fishing. So let's just move this over here. Alright. I'm going to keep a hold of that spear for just a second. So, something else that we need to make for our weapons is we need to make us a bow. So, in order to make a bow, you will use one long stick, which is right here. Put that in craft, and then you're going to use a rope. And that's going to make a bow. And that's probably going to be your number one go-to weapon in the entire game. It's just the best. It's a long-ranged, ranged weapon, and it's just the best. The only thing is you got to have arrows. So in order to make an arrow, it's a small stick and 2 feathers. And either you can find feathers laying on the ground, or there'll be birds laying on the ground, and you harvest those and you get their feathers, and then you get a meat. Or you can just shoot the birds or spear them, which I haven't seen any right here, but they are in other spots. But probably most likely you're just going to pick them up on the ground. You'll just be walking along and they'll be dead laying there. So we really need to make an axe. So that's 1 stone and 1 stick. We need to make a stone spear. So in order to do that, you're going to craft 2 stones, and it's going to make a stone blade. So you take that stone blade, you leave it up there on your crafting table, you put a long stick and rope. And this is going to make a stone spear, which you're out of room right now. So we're just going to take this 4-pronged spear and we're going to throw it down on the ground. So now we're doing pretty good. We've got a bow, we've got a stone spear, we've got the rusty machete, we've got an axe, and we've got a stone blade for you're pretty much just going to use that for harvesting animals. Let's see, what else do we need starting out here? We need some kind of armor on our body right now. So let's we need some rope. Actually, we need to find some coconuts. So coconuts is going to allow us to haul water or to collect water. So you'll find coconuts either laying on the ground around coconut trees, or you're going to find them up in the tree. And this right here is your coconut tree. It looks like the palm tree. Okay. And you will see them up there. Just don't want to wander too far away from here until we can get some armor. Oh, here's this is a good fruit. This is an unknown fruit. I call it an orange because it looks like an orange, but it is an unknown fruit. Okay, this is what I wanted out of that tree right there. So this is fiber, and this is like dry leaf material where you can start a fire, and we're going to have to start a fire here in a little bit. So. Also, this is your unknown nut tree. you do not want to chop those down. However, if worst case scenario you can't find any dry leaves, you see this leaf right here, how it looks brown? That means it has dry leaves in it, okay? Whereas the rest of them are alive and they're green. So this will have a dry leaf. But what you want to do really is just chop some of these weeds down. It'll give you a small leaf pile. And after 12 hours, that will turn into dry leaves. So probably one of the first things whenever you spawn into the game is you need to grab a couple of those so that it can have time to dry out in your backpack. You get this little small leaf pile here, and it's got a timer on it. It says decay. Whenever that timer goes down to 0, then they'll dry out. You can use them. So we will have to make a fire here in a minute, and we'll have to make a fire tool. But I am still looking. I need rope. I think I just checked this tree. Yep. Like I said, you don't want to travel too far away, because then probably you'll spawn some kind of animal in to attack you. And you do not want to be attacked before you have some kind of armor. You probably will not make it. So we're just walking around. We need to find at least 8 rope. Maybe a couple more. But we also need to be gathering sticks and small sticks and so many coconut trees, yet no coconuts. Okay. So this is like the fishing hut or the fishing camp. I forgot what it's called. But if you'll go right across the water over here, we're going to find that there is a turtle over there roaming around on the beach. Oh, and you know what? He'll be over here just kind of strolling around, and you can harvest that sucker up and take his turtle shell. And that'll, let's see, where's he at? You just gotta walk around for a minute. He's normally over here. Just how far down, I can't remember. Do not, those are poisonous dart frogs. You do not want to pick those up. You will die. They will poison you. So there's just a little tip. Do not pick up the poison dart frogs. Well, I'm not seeing the turtle. Alright, let's make our way up here. There's another spot where you can pick up some more blueprints. Oh, I'm gonna grab this while I'm here. This is your bandage material. Oh man, here's another one. I'm gonna get them while I can, because I've died so many times on day 1 because I had no bandages. Okay, so here is a bamboo smoker. And this spot right here, a lot of people don't find this piece of equipment. Oh, here's a bowl. We can use that coconut bowl to gather water. I'm just going to throw it back on the ground real quick. we can start collecting water. Okay, so here's a torch. We can pick that up. And we will learn the how to make it. It'll go into our notebook entry. Okay. Which I really don't want the torch. I don't hardly ever use the torch, but it's good to have to know how to make it. Now, this right over here is what I was talking about. So, you have this log here that's up next to your smoker. And if you turn to the left, you got this other log. Well, look here. Here's a bow. And this bow, instead of, this is the bow that you just made, it's 22%. You just throw that guy on the ground. This one here, durability, is 100%. So you can start off the game at this spot, and it will be here every time. This bow will be here every time. So just remember that there is a bow laying there, and it has 100% durability. And that is really, really good. So this one, we're going to turn this one into something different. Okay? So we need a fire starter. Well, you can do the fire drill, but the fire bow is the best one, and it takes less energy to make the fire. So it takes a bow, a plank, a stone, and I think it's a small stick. Yep. Okay, so now you have something to start your fires with. And it's going to go in this little side pocket on your backpack, right here. So we are doing fairly well. Here's a stick blade. I'm pretty sure it's at 100% durability as well. So we can just take our stone blade that's at 6%. We'll just throw that guy on the ground. We'll pick up this stick blade. So now we've got a couple tools here. 3 tools that's at 100%. So that's really good starting out. Because normally your tools break. And so here's some coconuts laying here. We can take those. And these are green ones. So you can just hit them with a tool. Which I think I just broke that one in half. Shoot. Okay. So you can hit those, and then you'll get the option to pick it up and put it in your backpack. If you hit them a couple times, you're going to break them like I just did there. So here is the coconut after you put it in your backpack. You can expand on that, and you can drink the coconut water, which is clean water, so that's good for you. So we're going to do that right now. We're just going to drink those. And then we can do something else. We can craft those and put a rope with it, and it's going to make us a coconut Biden. I hear it called Bidone, Biden. I don't know. I call it the Biden. So, and it gives us the option we can make 2 of those. So let's just go ahead and we're going to make 2 of those. So now, this is what our coconut Bidens look like. So now we can go down to the river, or we can go down to a body of water, and we can take them and we can put them down in the water, and they'll allow us to pick up water. It's kind of like a canteen. So these are the coconuts that we cut in half. We can either eat the coconut flesh out of there, and it gives us 5 carbs and 10 fats. So that's pretty good for fats. Or we can just harvest it. And see, it leaves the coconut flesh right here in our backpack. But then over here, we get the coconut shell. Again, that's good for collecting water. So we're just going to set those down. and let those collect water. So, what all have we got here? Okay, so there is some spoiled meat that's laying here on the ground. So with spoiled meat, you can harvest the spoiled meat, and it's going to give you maggots. And you always want to carry maggots with you in case you get an infection. You can put the maggots on the infection, and it'll eat the infection out. So they are always good to have with you, and they don't take up much room in your backpack. Let's see, where are they? Sometimes they're even hard to find. They're in this. There they are, right there. Okay. So maggots are good to have. Something else you want to keep an eye on is you want to keep an eye on the food that's in your backpack, because it's got, like, it spoils after a certain amount of time. Like the unknown fruit here has got 9 hours. The unknown nut has 2 days. So you just, something to keep an eye on. There's plentiful resources out here. You just gotta find them. And I'm gonna go ahead and pick this up because I'm gonna get some recipes for my notebook. Okay. How's our stats doing? We need meat, we need water, we need carbs. So let's just go ahead and eat a banana. Actually, well, let's eat this unknown fruit because it gives us carbs and hydration. So we're pretty hydrated. We still need some carbs. Let's go ahead and just eat the banana. And that should put us at 100. We need some fats, so let's eat the nuts. Alright, now we just need meat, which we have not caught any meat or anything like that yet, so. Alright, let's go. There's a little cave over here. Inside caves, it's kind of dangerous. There are scorpions roaming around in there. There are spiders roaming around in there. So you just have to be careful, take it slow. I always have my spear out because you can spear them and it's easier to kill them than it is to use a bow. So there will be a scorpion right inside here. There he is, right there. See him? So you can just spear him. Here's a snake. You throw the spear at him. Pick it back up. Get the other scorpion. Alright. We can eat this snake. Alright, so we have a magnifying glass that just popped up down here on our bottom left part of our screen. So let's, that means you need to take a look at your body because there's something going on. So we're going to take a look. You can look at your arms and your legs. Okay, good. Oh, look here. We got some leeches. These leeches, you need to get those off of your body as quick as you can because they're going to take your sanity down. Okay, we just got those off. So now the hourglass looking thing went away. So the little head icon in the far left corner, that's your sanity. So there's a gray background in that little icon, and that is how much sanity you have. When it's completely gray, you're at 100% sanity. It will begin to go down, and then your icon will start turning red. Can we sleep in that? I thought we could sleep in this. Shoot. Why is it not letting us? Okay, here's another item for your notebook. It unlocked a medium shelter. We are gonna have to hurry and get out here and get a bed made so we can go to sleep. Otherwise, if you fall asleep on the ground, you're gonna get worms, and when you get worms, your sanity goes down really, really fast. So, what I need to do, I need to figure out. There. All right. Oh, my lands. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I get sidetracked and trying to explain things, and I forget to actually play the game. So this is a little bed. You can make this anywhere. Anywhere that's flat, you can make a leaf bed, and it just helps you to sleep. It's not the greatest, but it works. So, all right. Today we need to. Oh, looky here. So here is a toucan. So we can harvest that guy up. Now we can use the feathers and make some arrows. 2 feathers and a small stick, and it says there that we can make 3 of them. So let's go ahead and make 3. We're gonna go back over here to this little camp because I threw my coconut bowls out over here. Oops. So with this smoker, this is a bamboo smoker. So we can, pretty sure, I don't use this very often, but I'm pretty sure we can put a fire under it, and the fire will be safe from the rain. Okay, and then after you make your fire, you use your fire tool, your fire bow. Go use, and then you have to put either fiber or a dry leaf inside that little round circle, and that's going to help you to start your fire. So it is pouring down rain. We're gonna see if, I'm pretty sure surely it would have went out by now if the rain was gonna put it out. So there are 4 spots up here where you can smoke your meat. I guess we probably need to just put one down there so we cook it real quick. We also have this here. So what we can do here, I've never really built here. I guess we could build a little something here. I'm not sure if the tribesmen attack here quite a bit. Never really built here, so we'll just try something new. How about that? So you can build these little huts. What's it called here? Frames. You can build frames. You can either build it out of wood or you can build it out of bamboo. We have all this bamboo here, so that's why we're just gonna build it out of the bamboo. So here is another tip. Anytime you eat, you need to make sure that you are clean. When you're doing different things, especially like messing with mud or after harvesting animals, you're going to get dirty. Okay? You'll have a little icon, and I'll show it whenever it pulls up on there, whenever it shows up. But you just need to make sure that you're clean. In order to get clean, you just go down to the water and you go wash. Hit the option to wash yourself. What do we need now? More small sticks. Or small bamboo. Now, you always have to put a roof on it in order for your fire to be protected from the rain. Let's just go ahead and do a bamboo roof as well. See, a couple more long bamboo sticks. Okay, now we're out of rope. We gotta go find some rope. This tree right here will hold 4 rope. And these viney trees over here, the bigger ones, they hold 3 rope. You just kind of search around, and I think the more that you're in a particular spot and you're collecting the rope, the more trees. Like when you first get there, it may not give you the option to get the rope, but the longer you're there, more trees will begin to have the rope. That is what I have came across or have found to be true. I don't know. Some people may disagree with me, but I think that's the way that it is. So. Alright, now we need these big logs. We actually need 3, but... Now we've got our first shelter, our first hut. We can, if you look up, see you can save the game. So let's go ahead and do that. And then now we can start this fire and get it going. And since it's got a stone ring around it, and so you have 4 spots where you can cook on it. Okay, I'm gonna run around and go. Okay, you see the dirty icon? That's the dirty icon down there at the bottom left, where it says 1. Okay, so what we do, what you want to do is you want to go down to the water. Okay, we're at the water. It says expand. So now we can go wash ourselves. And it'll take that dirt away. Just standing out in the rain will help that to go away. It's very slow, but it does go away. And then swimming, if you swim underwater, it will wash you as well. Now I'm just going to go right over here because I know that there is a turtle over here. There he is. Mr. Turtle. Turtle. So, what you can do is you can sit here and this turtle will not go away. You can hit him with your axe and it's gonna, if you see over there on the right, it says axe +1. So you're getting the endurance of your axe
Are you kidding me?
up. Alright, we're just going to harvest him up and we're going to get his turtle shell, and it'll also give us some tortoise meat. Now, we're dirty, and then the rain just washed it away, but now we've got an hourglass, so we need to check ourselves, and it's going to be leeches. And it says over there on the right, sanity -1. That means we have 1 leech somewhere on our body. There it is, right there. It'll always say sanity 1 through 5. That means you've either got 1 to 5 leeches. Be careful through here, there's snakes. I'm just gonna run up here because there's another turtle up here that I know of. Here is an unknown fruit, which is really good for hydration and carbs. So take that fruit. Man, we're just getting all kinds of stuff here. Here's another bird. So you want to go ahead, harvest that stick up there. I'm going to craft. We're going to do 2 feathers, and then we're going to make 3 arrows. So now we are doing pretty good. We need some armor is our next thing that we need, because it will be shortly that we will be getting attacked. So probably just need to get my bow out. Okay, right down here is a really it's a pretty good spot that if you get spawned in somewhere around here, this is probably a good spot to build a little starter base. But I knew there was a turtle right here, so I want to grab that guy. Okay, and we get dirty from a turtle, so we can just go over here and wash ourselves in this little area. Now, I do believe that in this little cave here, there's something called obsidian stone. And obsidian stone is really good for making axes, but you're gonna have a scorpion right here. You see that guy? So you want to kill him. Right here's your obsidian stone. Just pick that up. You can take it with you. It's good for axes and spears. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a banana. Eat a couple of them bad boys. Take one to go. We're probably getting close to our carry weight. You can haul around less than 50 pounds of weight in your backpack. After that, you become encumbered, and you will go slow. Let's see if I can find some blue mushrooms here, so I can show you what they look like. They grow on this big fat tree here, which there ain't none there. Okay, next thing, we have got to get armor. So, we need to be looking for sticks, like right there. Let's see if we can. I need to make another axe. Craft. We're gonna throw a rope up there, and we're gonna throw this obsidian stone up there, and it's gonna make us an obsidian axe. And this is probably one of the best axes in the game, honestly. So we can take logs, we can harvest those, and it's going to give us 4 sticks and a plank. Which we are over encumbered now. So we're just going to take these planks and we're just going to throw them down. We don't need those right now. And we're still encumbered. I guess we can eat some. Need some fats. We can take this, drink this juice. Alright, that put us down under. This right here, this is a lily. You can make a lily bandage out of this. You only get one. Unlike the tobacco, you get a tobacco plant and you get 2. Well, let's see. We can craft 6 regular bandages, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And then craft that and throw that lily bandage, or that lily up there, and that's going to give us a lily bandage. And that's good, kind of like what the tobacco is for any kind of poisons. If you get bit by a snake or a spider, you can use the lily bandage or the tobacco bandage. So, just something to remember. We need to make it back over here to our spot without getting attacked. And we're going to make us some armor. If your health is not good and not towards 100%, doesn't have to be at total 100%, but your guy is gonna wear out a lot faster and a lot easier if you're missing one of your nutrients. Wait, let's see. Now we're encumbered again. That's going to be okay because we're going to get rid of it here in just a minute. And make it back up here. See how slow you're going? I'm running right now and he's going super slow. I'm just going to throw this tortoise meat on there. So I want to show you something else. Actually, let's go ahead and make this, we need to go ahead and make this armor. So, how many? So I've got 8. So I'm actually just gonna, I'm gonna throw these on the ground right now. So each piece of armor takes 3 sticks. This is not very good armor, but it will help a little bit. Takes 3 sticks, so you've got 4 pieces of armor, so you need 12 sticks altogether. So we're just gonna chop another tree down here. I'm gonna pick up some sticks. We got 8 that we dropped over there. Now I've got plenty here. I'm just gonna pick this stuff up too. There it is. Alright. Throw this down over here. So we also need banana leaves. So it takes 1 banana leaf per armor. So now what we do is craft 3 sticks, and it takes 2 rope. Okay, now you got your stick armor. And what you do is you go to the hourglass, and then you pick the stick armor up, and you can see there when you open up your backpack, it tells you the durability on the piece of armor or on the piece of equipment that you're highlighting. And in order to get that durability up, you just have to make more of those pieces. So this one was 34. So let's see about the next piece. Craft 3 sticks, 2 rope. Okay, now we'll open up our hourglass to check our body. Alright, let's see, this one is at 41%, so it's getting better. The more you make, though, the less the durability goes up. It still continues to go up, but that one jumped, what, 7%? Whoops, I did not mean to do that. Craft. Oh wait, I need more sticks. Alright. Craft.
I need to rest.
3 sticks. 2 rope. Stick armor. Alright, let's check this one out. $47. So that one went up 6%. It went from 41% on the last one to 47% on this one. Alright, one more here. This is not going to protect us very much, but it will help us. Maybe if we get hit by a jaguar once, we won't get hurt. So, see, that one's at 52, so it's gradually getting better here. Alright, let's see if we can... Oh, this is about to go out. You have to continually throw more firewood on the fire, or more sticks, or planks are the best thing to throw on there. They get it up about a quarter of the way, whereas, oh man, I burned it. Shoot. Well, that's about all I have for the tips and tricks for right now. This will be the end of day 2, I do believe. Let's check. We can check our watch. It shows you the coordinates that you're at. It shows you the time, your nutrients. On the next video, I think we will do more along trying to find some more blueprints, trying to find a place for a base, stuff like that. So thanks for watching the video. Thanks for joining me. If you like this, give me a like and a subscribe to the channel. I'm new. I'm just starting out trying to learn how to do everything and edit videos, and so thanks for hanging out with me, and I hope you learned something.